The first thing Jesus says this morning is, welcome home. Welcome home to the thought of God, the only thought there is. And everything else is not wanting to be a thought of God. He says he's been showing me how not wanting to be the thought of God, that's the play. It's not a thought, it's beyond thoughts, yet we know it. It's all that is encompassed. The love that always is giving and receiving as one, that love, that thought. And everything else is just that desire for two, that itch to prove to the light that we're two. Can we check in with the light, do the light handshake? In honesty of God, can we truly find something other than light when we look in our direct experience? Jesus says, he's reminding me, I. We'll see that there isn't anything other than the thought of God. It just can't be. Yet that tiny mad idea spun out consciousness. He knows I love that quote from the Aramaic Bible to English translation of the Bible. It just struck in my heart. I could see it was true from the Course. The Son of God, from Genesis, the Son of God created the heavens and earth. And it was for him and by him. And darkness was over the surface of the water. Of darkness was over the infinite space. Darkness over the infinite space, and the Spirit of God over the surface of the waters. So the Trinity, immediate solution of the Holy Spirit, as soon as the belief in darkness was created, in a world spun out, the tiny mad idea, consciousness, the Son of God, consciousness. But he's just calling us back by saying the Son of God is innocent. Consciousness is an innocence. It's the play. And then Adam falls asleep to have a God of vengeance of the Old Testament. He falls asleep, as Jesus said in a Course. To deny a mighty power of God. To pretend there's something other than thought of God. Yet he knows this addiction to thought, so he gives us these thoughts, higher order thoughts, thoughts that point back to infinite, no thought. To follow them like little breadcrumbs back to the recognition that holiness can never be anything other than what it is. Those breadcrumbs of holiness, these words in this Course. The words of the Father for his Son. Yet they're no words for the Father and his Son as one. The holy instant would I give to you. The instant of eternity. Just a little bit of time to see that your eternity, eternal, unchanged. As he says, and then we go beyond all words. Would we not just drop words? Jesus, can we just drop words? This is your holiness beyond these words. The words of thought, the single thought of love that you are. And then all words of this world stop, they cease. And heaven has no words. See that you, as the light, have no words. Words are unknown to you. Words are miscreation, yet he can use them to show the innocence, to point back to what doesn't know words at all, where words are unknown. To see that even a no to God can't do a thing to God. Can't do a thing. An entire world can't do a thing to infinite light. Yet you would hide from the Father in this, he says. He's just reminding, he says, follow me, follow me. I will lead you out. To see that you could never possibly leave your Father, infinite love that you are. The ego would tell you that it's a long distance. You can't go a long distance to what you already are. The holy instant is the shortest distance ever because there are no 2 points in it. It's here. It's already here. What father would tell his son, you must wait in time? For all the love I have for you, there's just no father that would do this. Those thoughts are not of the Father. The holy instant I would give to you, it's yours. It's just a way of Jesus asking us, will we accept it? Will we accept what we already are, which has no distance from here? Infinite love, would we accept that? Be you in charge. He says, you don't see the rest in this, in having me in charge. The ego doesn't want you to rest in peace. I would show you that you've traded hell for peace and think it's peace. That some peace can come from hell, from the desire to experience hell. he just is reminding me of how we have it upside down and backwards. To kill the holy instant from the holy mind. To try and kill it, but we can't, because if we just look, it's still here. The light can't go anywhere. Where's the light going? But the play of consciousness is to kill the light. Jesus, is consciousness play to kill the light from holiness, out of holy awareness? You can see through the unification of consciousness that everything is whole. That's the happy dream, that it's all whole. It's not, it can't be apart from itself. Thoughts leave not their source. You are the source. You are synonymous with source. You can ask Jesus, there can be no other way. Infinite love. Beyond doubts and dreams and drama and pictures and songs of death and someone did me wrong songs. Be you in charge. He says, let these words land upon your heart in fullness. In the fullness of their true meaning. Of the power of the one who knows that resides within, not apart from you. The full power of divine being. For I would follow you. It's beautiful joining yesterday to talk about, actually it was with Jamuna, and she was asking Jesus how to go through chapter 20. Wow, this is gonna. And he told her, be like little children. With the curiosity and innocence that we are. Without an idea of anything. To see it all new, no idea about the course. Because all the conceptual ideas are the desire to deny light. To deny the holy instant receipt of the ticket to infinite, the holy instant. Except the play of consciousness is to go back to the ticket counter and say, you know, I kind of got the wrong ticket here. This holy instant, yeah, you know, there's something here. It's like, I can see that it's infinite, but I must have the wrong ticket. This is the only ticket worth having. This is the skids right there. It's sliding into home base. Jesus has already greased that skid. But boy, you know, we're hunting for the emergency brake. I'm going to pull it back with both hands. Don't let me slide into what I already am. Infinite light of being. Can't have that. And just see that it's all an argument. Jesus, is all this an argument against home? It becomes simple. The argument against home base. We were talking with Lori yesterday. Home base. Sometimes you do just want to crawl into the covers, and that may be the assignment from Jesus, just to crawl in and be with me for just a little while. Just talk to me. For I would follow you. There's so many concepts about following. We were talking about them yesterday, what a prompt is. Jesus said, what a prompt is isn't of your business to know what it is. It's just your business to follow it. That's what he... Because the conceptual mind, see, the play is going to come in and want to figure it out and do it. No, just whenever you object to a prompt, you're objecting to you. You're objecting to the holy instant. That's the function of consciousness. So don't let what a prompt is be any of your business. Just say yes. How do you know prompts? You know prompts because there's no ideas around it. It's not a reason. The ego wants reasons. So as soon as a prompt comes, it comes up with all the reasons why it can't. That's a trick. See the trick. And seeing these subtle defenses. The but in everything that comes out of our mouths, that we're listening to what comes out of our mouths and living in it as though it's true. Your truth itself. You're the only truth there is. It's not what we say. It's where it emanates. It emanates from divine love. The emanation of love, infinite, total, complete, without limitations, without a story. It doesn't have a story. It might tell a story. I remember Ramana talking about that, and I got so mad. The I played, and that can't be right. When he said, only a Yanni can tell a story. What do you mean by that? My ego doesn't want to see that. Meaning we're so used to living in a story and telling stories about what's happening. That's why I always ask Jesus, before I tell a story, is it that one? Is it being used in the purposes of love for extension, rather than to keep some conceptual idea of the no to God? That's what stories will do when we're in them. This story happened to me when I was little, this story. And then we keep it as a little crystallized structure in the mind that we can refer to prove that God is dead. So that's always the question. Am I proving with what I'm saying, trying to reinforce God is dead out of my mouth? Or is it like a little child going, okay, these are the thoughts. I'm willing to see that the expression is untrue. Is it holding on or releasing? That's why it becomes very, very simple with the willings to, instead of saying, I'm unhappy, because it's the way consciousness links the I, the infinite I, with experience. It's like a glue. I asked him if I could talk about the 12-step program. Beautiful program. But it's linking I am an alcoholic to identity like that. That's like a little glue in the mind, that statement. That's a little play. You're not an alcoholic. There's no alcoholics. It's a play in consciousness. It becomes an identity. And when you say that over and over, it's a reinforcement of false identity. You have to see that for what it is, he says. The eye of God has no after it. It has no extras. No, I am unhappy. It doesn't have, it's just stay with the I. Drop everything else. He said, infinite I. Drop everything else. Everything else is the story. The story of why innocence isn't here. For I would follow you, certain that your direction gives me peace. Jesus, is there any no to following you below my level of awareness, following my divinity to source? He just keeps saying, see that following me is the only way for you. All else is the desire for hell. That's how simple it is. For me, I can just say for me, I see it. Anything other than that voice is hell. You can see that voice never says you are stupid. I am stupid. See, he doesn't add. He's always pointing back to infinite. That's all that voice does. Infinite, infinite, infinite. Power of God, power of, when a prompt comes through from him, it's power of God. You can do anything I ask. Power of God. And then we want to argue with power of God. See the play of arguing power of God? No, Jesus, I'm weak. I can't do that because, see the becauses. Becauses are always a clue. See, the infinite doesn't know what a because is. Infinite light. Infinite's just infinite because it is. That's you. Certain that your direction gives me peace. Jesus, is there any desire below my level of awareness to be uncertain that your direction gives me peace? I'm willing to see it. And hold up to the light of truth. The slightest twitch, the slightest desire for a doubt thought that yours is the path of peace, because the play of consciousness is to be absolutely sure that Jesus's voice will take us into hell. That's how upside, is that how it plays? Ask him. Is that how it plays in consciousness? That you will bring me unto hell. That's why we don't talk to him. You can ask him that. Jesus is the reason I'm not talking to you, because there's a belief that your voice will lead me into hell. We have to make God's voice hell in order not to be light. Yet the light's already here. We can check, do the light test. Is the light here infinite, unchanging light? So he says, even in the recognition of light, there's not the celebration of light. See we can see the holy instant and recognize it. That's easy. And if you haven't recognized the holy instant, or don't think you have, recognize it's something before thought is here. Just talk to Jesus about it. He'll tell you it's a desire not to see it. Because it's simple. Be like little children, right? My niece at 7, pointing back. Oh, all is forgiven. That's simple. It's simple to be light. It's complex to be a sense of personal identity. The desire for complexity. Jesus, do I have a desire below my level of awareness for awakening to be complex? Okay, I'd like to really see that, any of that energy in there, and just give it over. I give that to you. And if I need a word to help me, he will give it to me. Or Jesus, is there any doubts that you will give me the thoughts I need? He says, yes. Okay, I just accept that. Admit it. Give that to the thought of God. Can I have a miracle? He says infinitely. Okay. And if I need but stillness and a tranquil open mind, these are the gifts I will receive from him. Jesus, do I have any doubts that I will receive tranquility from you? Let's look at those doubt thoughts. He says that's the upside down thinking right there. Just see it. Is that the upside down that that's the play? The play is his words will bring hell. You know, I remember this too, and a couple beings have said it. You're going to make me do something I don't want to do. That's the play. See how strong that is. That belief right there. And ask for a miracle. Jesus, I want a miracle if any of that's left. Because that's how consciousness plays, not to follow right there, that one. I want to just give that over if there's any remnants. He says, when you know that supreme happiness is not that. Yes, we do. These are the gifts. That's what we don't want to see, an open mind. Jesus, is that what we don't want to see? He's going, don't want to have it. No, open mind. Thank you very much. See, because then we can live in the shoebox longer. The shoebox, stuff ourselves in a shoebox. It's hilarious. We're so adorable. Do you love me anyway, Jesus, even when I'm trying to stuff myself in a shoebox of a body? Yes. He is in charge at my request. Is there any twitch around? He is in charge. It's good to look at these every day. See if there's I put that over to the thought of God, if there's any twitch about God being in charge. At my request, and he will hear and answer me. Jesus, are there any doubt thoughts that you'll answer me? Do I desire any doubt thoughts that I'll be answered? I'm willing to see him. And you go until he says no. Are doubt thoughts just desire not to be answered by you? Yes. Am I miscreating all doubt thoughts? And hear the yes. The desire, doubt thoughts are just a desire for doubt thoughts. That's whether, and it seems like that's the play of consciousness, that it's going to be your father or your mother or someone giving you a doubt thought. So we create the doubt thoughts so we can react to them. That's hilarious. Ask Jesus. Do I just create those characters and they come out and are going to say that to me? Then I can get mad about it. See how consciousness plays with that. I'm afraid of what my dad or mom or sister, brother is going to say. Who's afraid? And who's making the character of the brother, sister, mother, and what they say? It's so humbling. Just stay with my voice. He says, stay with my voice and say what I tell you to say. All is well. And he will hear and answer me because he speaks for God, my Father, and his Holy Son. Jesus, am I answered by you? This is the call. This is my answer to your call, he's saying. This is my answer. So you can develop the relation. Yes, he's saying that's what chapter 20 is for. So you can develop this deep relationship with me and hear me as well as Helen. You have to want to see you. I can talk to you. I can talk to you. I love Helen. He says, I love Helen. You have to see in the mind where you don't want to, you can't just speak the words. You have to follow me. You see, to see all the way through that no. If I speak to you and you don't follow, it won't help you. To see where you don't want the holy instant. That's all his message is now. You can hear me, and you're a powerful being and can follow me. You can do whatever I ask, because what I'm asking you is beyond the doing. What I'm pointing to is you, divine expression, holy, whole, and complete, the power of infinite given to you by the Father. Thank you, Jesus. Amen. We'll just sit for a few moments beyond words together.